Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hubby Can't Craft Whiskey Edition. Tonight we're going to start our Advent whiskey calendar with some random generated bottles that I have on hand. And our first bottle will be Blantons. This was bottled on 3/5/20, and I won't do this on all of them, but this is only a couple days before my birthday, so that's maybe special to almost drink some of it. So let's start with this. Day one. Welcome back to Hubby Can't Craft, the Whiskey Edition, day 17 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar Extravaganza. Tonight, we have a very special bottle. And normally I cut these pretty quick, even if it's an uncorking. This is a very hard to find bottle, and I didn't leave it off my list of all my bottles. I did leave some off because I have other plans for them. I didn't want them in this rotation for the Advent calendar, but this one, for better or for worse, stayed on the list and was randomized with all the others and spit out on day 17. And it is the E.H. Taylor Junior Barrel Proof Uncut and Unfiltered, and it is a very challenging bottle to find, and if you can find it, it tends to be very expensive. But why not have it open? Because, that's what they're for. So we'll start with the full opening presentation. Welcome back to Hubby Can't Craft, the Whiskey Edition, day 24 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar. Tonight, as you can see, is the 24th day of the Advent Calendar, December 24th, or Christmas Eve, thus the festive Christmas Kringle hat. Tonight, to finish off the 24 days, a class photo of the 23 previous entrants into the Advent Calendar, and tonight, Maker's Mark RC6 2019 108 proof. And uncorking, this one hasn't been opened yet, as many of these others haven't been. We had two other Maker's Marks in here, so we'll see how this one compares. The Robert Samuels, or the Rob Samuels, was fantastic. Let's let this baby open. This is really good. At least for Maker's Mark. Oh yeah. Fancy, festive Advent glass. There's a lot of wax on that. We're gonna need more wax. This isn't the normal glass. So I don't know what this is. It's not a Glencairn, but it's kind of like it because you can swirl it around. It smells pretty good. Caramel. I don't like the Rob Samuels. It's got a lot of spice to it. Finish is pretty good. So, you can tell by the 24 bottles here, we had a very wide variety. We had some ryes, we had some 10 years, we had some bottles and bonds, we had some sour mash. It was a good selection for this randomized Advent Calendar. The list was at the beginning of the video. I may put it up at the end if you see it kind of over here. You can see that the list was off by 2 because I started with these 2 before I made the entire list up. So now that the entire list was up there and I randomized it with like 75 other bottles that I had, I did leave some of them off and a couple of them I should have left off, but I'm glad that I did this because it did make me open a lot of bottles that I hadn't gotten around to yet. Some of the bigger hitters were the this E.H. Taylor barrel proof. That was a fantastic bottle. This again, the Rob Samuels. It was in a set from the Costco. That one's very good. This new Riff. Which new Riff? The sour mash isn't as good, but this single barrel is very good. They're all not too bad. A couple of them are weird. The Blood Oath is to me a little strange. So yeah, it was a good time, and I don't know if anybody got anything out of it other than, yeah, it's a weird flex. This guy has 24 bottles of booze that he can't seem to drink through, but it's a good variety and it's something fun to do with your collection. If you have a collection that has a number of them in it, so maybe you know, something I might do since the list went on through 75, I'll maybe finish out December. What did my wife call that? Drunk December? No, that's not it. December Daily. The December Daily. So I would have, you know, what, 6 more to do of these. But this is the end of the official Advent Calendar for the Hubby Can't Craft, the Whiskey Edition Advent Calendar, 24 Days of Christmas. Thanks for stopping by. Well, hey, you're all still here. After that last power video through 24 days of the Christmas Advent Calendar on the Hubby Can't Craft the Whiskey Edition channel, we went through 24 amazing bourbons and whiskeys and ryes. Well, some weren't that amazing, but some are definitely amazing. And it's always good to have a reason to open up bottles and share them with everybody. Speaking of sharing, Christmas is a time when every kid, after he opened his presents, hey, what'd you get? No, what'd you get? What'd you get? So on this turntable my wife gave me, I have a few things that were given to me by my family, knowing that I'm into this whole whiskey thing a little bit. First, the hillbilly decanter that plays the music, How Dry Am I? See, he turns a little bit and I don't want to make him ding because it's pretty obnoxious, but anyway. See, his hat comes off. It's like a sorting hat for whiskey. That, a lovely kind of a logbook or journal of all the whiskeys that I've purchased and sampled. Over here is a box of, what are those things called? You know, the granite cubes that you freeze and you can put in so it doesn't dilute the proof. So this is very nice. It comes with some little tongs that you can put them in your drink with so they don't splash. In the middle we have an ice bucket with various items to make drinks with. That came from my mother-in-law's 1970s vintage bar. Here in front is another box of whiskey stones. There's the word, and a couple of whiskey glasses to drink from. And on top is a monogrammed Glencairn that we'll be using for this next flight for the next 7 days to finish off the Advent calendar, which was started at the 1st of December, finished up yesterday with the 24th, but today being the 25th. Sometimes people say, or Wikipedia says, or whomever says, Advent goes to the 25th. Some even say it's 26 days. So we're going to make it 31 days, and we'll just finish off the year. Drunk December? December dailies. So in front, what have we got? McKenna Sour Mash. Had that one. Old Forester. The Crown Royal Peach. You can go back to the other video and take a look at that. One of the first I ever did. Old Forester 100. Brown sugar bourbon from Heritage. Ugh. Jefferson, very small batch. The hitter of the bunch, the E.H. Taylor single barrel. So this will be an appropriate whiskey for New Year's Eve. It's going to be fantastic. I'm not going to video all these. I'll probably just video this one. Trust me that every night I will. Well, maybe I'll video. We'll see how it goes. I will partake in all these, clip them together, and I'll either... I'll have a different hat on when I do this one. I'll either batch them up so people don't have to wade through, 17 minutes of various drinks. So, with that, hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. You got everything that you wanted from Santa Claus, and thank you for stopping by. Oh, but wait. Tonight, it's day 25. McKenna Sour Mash. Screwed up. In my new monogrammed Glencairn. I'm not sure why it's called a Glencairn. Glen and Cairn? I don't know. This is not as fantastic as the McKenna 10-year. Thanks for stopping by.